At the end of the day, guys, Howie Roseman, he's looked really good. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because even before this season started, I said, I don't care if we do good, bad. I don't even care what it is. Okay, I don't even care. This man needs to leave the building, okay? This guy's made some good moves. He's restructured some contracts like he always does every year, but this is a team that is going to the playoffs, has 3 first-round picks, and will have about $30 to $45 million in cap space as of next year. Okay, and I think there's going to be more trades next year. I think Brandon Brooks is going to be out the door. Depending what to do with Fletcher Cox, a different story. I think he stays next year, obviously. And Howie's hit on some picks. Milton Williams has been a flash, but I want to see more. Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson has been a complete gem I didn't think he was going to be, because coming off of a season-ending injury with Alabama and having 2 ankle, 2 knee injuries, having 2 season-ending injuries, you're able, projected to be a late first-round pick, and look what you did. Now, obviously, not all of us agree on that pick because some of us thought we should have got Asante Samuel or a JOK in that draft in the second round. You know what I mean? So, obviously, once Isaac Seumalo got hurt, Dickerson got his chance, I think, the second week of the season. So it's worked out for the better. And that's an offensive lineman that's, what are you going to do with Isaac Seumalo next year? You're going to keep him as a backup. You're going to trade him. So you could trade Brooks. You could trade Seumalo. You could do a whole bunch of things next year. I think they're going to free up more cap space next year. But we had the restructure of Fletcher Cox for $11 million. You had the restructure Derek Barnett and Brandon Brooks together. So they've done some things where they kick the can down the road a little bit. You can restructure. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to, you want to free up some cap space for the better part of this year into next year, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have to restructure from $70 million, guys, we had to restructure down from $70 million, and we weren't even the worst team. The Saints had like $93 to like $95 million over the cap. I mean, they were worse than we were. We had to restructure from $70 million. First day of free agency, we had $3 million, which we knew our free agency that this year in 2021 wasn't going to be anything special. The draft was going to be our draft. This was going to be a very important draft for the Philadelphia Eagles and for Howie Roseman. Now, we all know that Howie Roseman was nothing more than a talent evaluator, nothing as a talent evaluator whatsoever. But I got to say, his trades are great. His caps, his numbers are great when it comes to that. And look what he's done with the financials of this team. A healthy financial statement for the Philadelphia Eagles on top of having 3 first-round picks and you're going to a playoff game. There's no way Howie Roseman's getting fired. I think it really showed us when he went to the Kenny Pickett-Sam Howell game, when he was scouting the quarterbacks himself. Okay, we saw that Howie Roseman was scouting quarterbacks himself. He never does that. He doesn't go to games personally. Never does. And he did it. Okay, maybe he was looking at quarterbacks at the time when Jalen Hurts was playing bad. I have no idea. There was some rumors that there was a split between Jeffrey Lurie wanting to give Jalen Hurts more time and Howie Roseman wanted to cut the plug early on Jalen Hurts. I have no idea. Okay, but what I could see is that as long as there's a collaborative effort, which I thought in this past draft, I thought there was somewhat of a collaborative effort in this draft, but there was some Howie picks. There was some analytical picks. Obviously the War Room fist bump torture that we had to go through. So there was a lot really going through that whole entire thing, but I think safe to say Howie Roseman kept his job because he's hit on some players. He drafted a generational first-round talent, Devontae Smith. His first 2 picks were fantastic, and Landon Dickerson in the second round. He is making this a financial stable team for the first time in a long time. He was able to trade Carson Wentz and still get a first-round pick. He was able, you know what I mean? Like, he did a lot of really good things that you can't ignore. You know what I mean? So it's tough. You traded Zach Ertz at the right time. I thought the compensation was fair. I thought the compensation was right. I was totally fine with it. You know what I mean? So I think the Eagles did some really good moves. I think Howie Roseman saved himself. Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to make another bad move because it could happen, but you're able to go in free agency next year and get whoever you want to get. You're able to go into the draft next year and do whatever the hell you want to do. with 3 first-round picks, which obviously I think one of those picks is going to get traded back, where you could pick 2 guys in the top 20 or 2 guys in the top 20 to 25 or 30, whatever it is, because obviously the Colts of Miami did lose this past week. Hopefully they lose again this week, which would definitely help our draft stock a little bit. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about Howie Roseman and just the line of work that he's done, even this past year with a new head coach and a new quarterback, and obviously the financial, just the financially about the Eagles, the picks that we have, and getting into a playoff game. It looks really good for him to be here for another 4 to 5 years on a new contract, because Howie Roseman's contract is up after this year, so it should be really interesting. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Shakes going up, follows 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.